Today I'm going to give you my top 5 time management strategies for busy corporate leaders that you can use to get off the hamster wheel, invest your time wisely, and get results without all the stress and anxiety. Hi, I'm Mel Savage. I'm an executive coach for pre-executives who want to be better leaders in their career. If that's you, then make sure you hit that subscribe button. Now, as a leader, you're not just responsible for your own work, you're responsible for the results of the entire team. And because you want to prove to yourself and to them that they picked the right person for the role, you're working all the hours to get it done. Now, there are lots of people out there who have some short-term tips and tricks around time management. But today, what I want to offer you are 5 foundational strategic shifts that you can make to your leadership approach that will not only allow you and your team to focus and deliver great results, but also allow you the time to create real space for thought leadership. And then at the end of the 5 steps, I'm going to give you one more bonus tip that will help you easily create better work-life balance and focus on enjoying your personal life without always having work in the back of your mind. Okay, here are my top 5 time management strategies for busy leaders. Number 1, lead your time. If you're someone right now who feels trapped, like you have no choice but to do the things that you're doing, and you're feeling overworked and there's no end in sight, it's because you don't lead your time. If you don't feel like you're in control of your time, it's because you're letting things happen to you. And what I mean by that is when people ask you for stuff, you just tell yourself, I have to do this. I have no choice. And if that's you, you're not leading your time. You're letting others lead and control your time. That might have worked earlier in your career, but now you're a leader. And if you don't want to burn out, the solution is leading, taking ownership and control of your time. Now you might say, I don't have a choice, but is that really true? Because if your kid was sick or something happened with your family, you would make the decision to go towards your family and deal with that emergency. What I want you to know is that you can make those choices without the emergency. What if that was possible? Leading your time is about taking accountability for the work choices you're making. Even if sometimes you don't like the choices available to you, you're still the one making the choice. Number 2, negotiate your workload. Now that you're willing to take back control of your time, you can get more consistent about negotiating your time. People are going to give you as much work as they always have, right? You can't control that. And it's a waste of time to try to control it. So when someone comes to you and says, hey, can you do this? You can say, yes, if I can move this other thing off my plate. Yes, if we can defer the timeline on this thing. Yes, if you can give this work to someone else. If you're not sure what to negotiate for, or you're a little nervous to say yes if, buy yourself some time and say, let me see if I can make that work, and then get back to them. Even if right now you've always been a yes person and accept all the work, you can start making shifts by using this strategy. I always say you need to train people how to work with you, and if you consistently use this strategy, people will understand you rarely say yes right off the bat, and they may start to come to you with the trade-off before you even have to ask. Number 3, park tomorrow problems. This is one of my favorite time management strategies because it doesn't just save me time, it calms me down. Tomorrow problems are how we overwhelm ourselves by catastrophizing around what if. What if I decide to pull the trigger on this project and some of our clients don't like it? What if I give this project to this specific report and they can't do it as well as I would? What if I hire more people and the business dries out? You think you have to have all the answers to all the problems before you even take your first step forward. And that is a false belief, because even if you planned out all the eventualities, something is always going to go sideways that you didn't anticipate, and you're going to have to rely on your incredible problem-solving skills to figure it out. And you always do, and it always works. So my suggestion to you is deal with today's problems today, and everything else is a tomorrow problem. Because what happens today is going to inform tomorrow, and if the problem doesn't show up, then you don't need to waste your time thinking about it. The important thing to remember is you're good enough to solve tomorrow's problems tomorrow. You don't have to worry about them today. Number 4, don't do it yourself. It's not faster. Okay, how many times have you said, and I've said it too, it's faster if I do it myself? It's not. It might feel faster in the moment, but let me tell you, you're gonna pay for it later. 1, because you're tired and exhausted and doing everything, but also, and more importantly, because you're not teaching and mentoring your people on how to do things. The more time you invest in helping and mentoring your people, the faster they're going to learn how to do it, and the more capacity they're going to have, and the more you're going to be able to delegate. Now you might say, but they're so busy too, I can't delegate everything. Well, then this is a great opportunity for you to teach them to lead their time and negotiate with you. Number 5, make decisions. Not making decisions or overthinking decisions is another huge waste of time. You're telling yourself, I don't know what to do. And the reason you don't make a decision is often because you think there's a right answer and a wrong answer, and that you'll probably make the wrong one. And you're worried about making the wrong one because you don't want to fail. That's why most people don't make decisions. But I want to challenge the idea that there is a right and a wrong decision. Because how many times has a problem presented itself, and then you have a solution and someone else has a solution, and both solutions could work? And the reason more than one idea can work is because people make the idea work. It's not the idea that works, right? It's the people that make it work after the fact. There's no right decision. Yes, do some analysis. Of course, I'm a marketer by trade. Do the analysis, check with the stakeholders, but then make a decision and go. Don't get paralyzed. If you need to tweak things along the way, do it. But waiting around for certainty and clarity on what the right decision is only wasting time and holding you back. Okay, summary time. And then I'm going to give you my top strategy for easily creating more work-life balance and enjoyment in your personal life. Number 1, lead your time. When you tell yourself, I have to do this, I have no choice, you're not leading your time. Leading your time is about taking accountability for the work choices that you're making, even if sometimes you don't like all the choices available to you. You're still the one making the choice. Number 2, negotiate your workload. People are always going to give you a lot of work to do. You can take leadership by using a yes-if negotiation strategy. Number 3, park tomorrow problems. You don't have to have all the answers to every problem that might come up in the future. Deal with today's problems today, and everything else is a tomorrow problem. Number 4, don't do it yourself. It's not faster if you do it yourself. Your job is to delegate everything and spend your time guiding your team to critically think their way to creating results. Then you build the capacity of your team, and that's what's really going to save you time. Number 5, make decisions. Don't stall to figure out the absolute right answer. It doesn't exist. There is no right or wrong answer. Assess the information you have, make the decision, and then work to make that decision work. And when you have new information, you can tweak your decisions along the way. Okay, now here's the bonus I want to provide you that will help you have a better work-life balance. Ready? Plan your personal time. Plan my personal time? Doesn't that lack a bit of spontaneity? Isn't that a bit controlling? No. Here's what happens. You're working all the time, and then when you finally get a night off or a weekend off, you don't know what to do with yourself. And so you end up binging programming and feeling guilty the entire time that you should be out there doing something else. And because you can't think of anything else to do, you end up working. When you don't have something good to do, it's easy to default to work. You need personal time to be able to stay at the top of your game. The more you overwork yourself, the less effective you are at work. So here's what you do. You plan your personal time before you plan your work week. Yes, I said before. If you have a concert or a date night, or you're meeting friends, or you're doing something with your kids, put that in first, because when you have a plan, you show up for it. Otherwise, we tend to default to things we're stressed about, which usually is work, right? Now, if you've never done this before, my suggestion is to start slow. Plan a couple of hours a week and see how that works, and then go from there. Okay, that's what I have for you today. If you found this information helpful, please like this video, and remember, hit the subscribe button for more weekly strategies on naturally becoming the leader that you want to be. Bye for now.